Would you like to learn Arabic or teach your kids and family the Arabic and Quran? Join us.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا رحمة.
وعليكم السلام.
حالك؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. Finish Surat Al Muttffeen. So we need inshallah to sum up the lessons that you learn from Surat Al Muttffeen. What the first lesson that you learn from Surat Al Muttffeen? Ya Rahman? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the defrauders, or Allah gave a warning to the defrauders, the cheaters of the trades. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called them, the cheaters and the defrauders. What Allah called them in the surah?
Al-Muttafifin,
نعم. Who are al-mutaffifin?
the cheaters and the defrauders.
Right. How Allah defines them in the Quran?
الذين إذا اكتالوا على الناس يستوفون
Right. Perfect.
وإذا كالوهم أو وزنوهم يخسرون.
The second lesson that we learn from the surah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the fate and the punishment of al-fujjar. What is that? What is a punishment according to the surah?
The punishment of Fujar is the hellfire.
Sijjin, na'am. So from ayah number 7 up to ayah number 17, Allah describes the punishment and the fate of those who are the fujjar. Who are al-fujjar?
The disbelievers.
And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the third lesson from the surah, Allah described about the reward and the fate of the pious people. What is the reward of the pious people according to the surah?
The word for them is Jannah.
Yeah, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says?
ثم يقال هذا الذي كنتم به.
No, I'm thinking about the reward. And number 18.
كلا إن كتاب الأبرار لفي عليين.
And then the last part in the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the disbeliever are used to make fun of the believer each time they see them. Each time they see them in this life, they used to ridicule them and make fun of them at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And each time they see the believer, they used to wink to each others. وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِهِمْ يَتَغَامَزُونَ. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do on the day of judgment?
He will let the believers.
Yeah, the table will be turned on the day of judgment. What will happen?
The believers will laugh at the disbelievers.
Will ridicule, will make fun of them on the day of judgment as you used to do so, right?
Yes.
While they are على الأرائك ينظرون, while the believer will be sitting on the couch looking at the disbeliever while they are being punishing, while they're being in the hellfire. So how the believer will make fun of them on the day of judgment, how the believer will ridicule from those who, from the disbeliever, as the disbeliever used to do so in this world in life. The disbeliever, at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is the beginning of the da'wah. This believer used to ridicule and make fun of the believer each time they see them, and make fun of them. And each time they see the believer, they say, those people are daloon, those people are go astray, those people are misguided. On the day of judgment, the table will be turned. When we'll see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised them, when we'll see what they denied and rejected, they will see those are the people who are being misguided, the disbeliever. At this time, the believer will make fun of them, right?
Yes.
So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? فاليوم
الذين آمنوا من الكفر من الكفار يضحكون.
Means what? What will happen the day of judgment?
the believers will be laughing at the non-believers.
Exactly, as a disbeliever used to do for the believer. Go ahead and correct your the ayat, inshallah, from 25 up to the end of the surah. And I want you next time, inshallah, to finish the whole surah from Mutaffifeen, ya Dr. Rahman, inshallah. Yalla, go ahead and correct it, inshallah. Repeat after me, Sarah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
يسقون من رحيق مختوم
يسقون من رحيق
مختوم
مختوم
ختامه مسك
كتابه مسك
ختامه مسك
كتابه مسك
وفي ذلك فليتنافس المتنافسون
وفي ذلك
فليتنافس
فليتنافس
المتنافسون
المتنافسون
ومزاجه من تسنيم
ومزاجه من تسنيم
عينا يشرب بها المقربون
عينا يشرب بها المقربون
إن الذين أجرموا
إن الذين أجرموا
كانوا من الذين آمنوا يضحكون
كانوا من الذين آمنوا يضحكون
وإذا مروا بهم يتغامزون
وإذا مروا بهم يتغامزون
وإذا انقلبوا إلى أهلهم
وإذا انقلبوا
إلى أهلهم انقلبوا فكهين
ينقلبوا فكهين
وإذا رأوهم قالوا
وإذا رأوهم قالوا
إن هؤلاء لضالون
إن هؤلاء لضالون
وما أرسلوا عليهم حافظين
وما أرسلوا عليه حافظين
وما أرسلوا عليهم حافظين فاليوم الذين آمنوا من الكفار يضحكون على الأرائك ينظرون هل ثوب الكفار ما كانوا يفعلون
هل ثوب الكفار ما كانوا يفعلون.
What kind of man here, ya Dr. Rahman? How many halqa should we stretch at? What are letters of mad first?
Alif, Waw, and Ya.
Right. If you find that any letter of mad like Waw or Alif here or Alif and followed by Hamza, how many haraka should we stretch it?
4.
Yeah, great. What about this type of mad, the new type of mad that we got today? If one letter of mad followed by other letter carries shadda, and this is we call it obligatory mad. For how many haraka should we stretch it?
6.
MashaAllah, tabarak. And we call it obligatory mad, mad lazim in Arabic. Surat Al-Tariq, you revise it today. And we said that what does the word sama mean?
Sama is the sky.
What type of mad in the word sama? Is it connected or separated?
It's connected.
Yeah, X and Y is connected. Because and Hamza come in the same word, right?
Yes.
And we call it in Arabic muttasil. Mad muttasil. What about the second ayah? What kind of mad here? The letter mad and the hamza come in two separate words. That's why can we call them separated or connected?
Separated.
We call it in Arabic munfasil. Mad munfasil. And in both cases, we stretch them 4 or 5 harakat, inshallah. So Allah swear by sama. What does it mean of sama?
Sky.
And then Allah swear by najm. What is a najm?
The ground.
What reason did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swear by sama and the najm? Okay. What is the message in the Surat Al-Tariq? Why Allah swear by sama and the Tariq? To say what? Number 4.
He swears that no soul is without an angel.
Yeah, each soul, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected by angel, right?
Yes.
The evil creatures. That's why we have in the Quran 2 surahs, we call it al-ma'uzatayn. In case if we are sick, or in case that before you go to sleep, we used to recite them. The Prophet Muhammad teaches us to recite them as a kind of protecting us from evil creature, from the devil, or from the envious eyes. This we call them in Arabic Surat Al Muttffeen. What are Al Muttffeen? Which surahs are they?
Surat Al Nas and Surat Al Falaq.
Falaq. قل أعوذ برب الفلق and قل أعوذ برب الناس. MashaAllah. Also in the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala proved to the al-insan. What does al-insan mean?
The light.
No, al-insan means the human. Allah proved in the surah to the man that the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the man from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah created the man?
He created them from mud.
Great. From what Allah created the jinn?
From fire.
What about the malaika, the angel?
From light.
Yeah, that's why the difference between malaika and jinn and the human. The jinn and the human, some of them are obedient, some of them are disobedient. What about malaika?
They're all obedient.
All of them are obedient. لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in the surah that the one who created the man from mud, from nothing, is the one who is able to resurrect him in the day of judgment. So does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala able to resurrect as a man in the day of judgment?
Yes.
How? How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala proves it in the surah?
Because He made them.
Yeah, because Allah created them from mud, from nothing. That's why Allah is the one who is able to resurrect them in the day of judgment. Jazakumullahu khairan ya Dr. Rahma. So inshallah, next time you will revise all Surah Al Muttffeen, and at the same time, inshallah, you will memorize Surah Al Muttffeen and you will revise Surah Al Buruj. Okay, Dr. Rahma, Surah Al Buruj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Al-Yawm al-Ma'ud, which is a day of judgment. And Allah talks about Shahidin wa Mashhud, about the Friday and the Arafah day. Do you remember the day of Arafah?
Yes.
When it comes, the day of Arafah, I told you before.
Pardon?
When the day of Arafah comes.
The day of judgment.
No, the day of Arafah is the 9th of the Hijjah. And this day comes before the day of Eid al-Adha. You know Eid al-Adha? Eid al-Adha, the second Eid, the Eid of the sacrifice.
Yes.
This comes on the 10th of the Hijjah. On the 9th of the Hijjah, we call it the day of Arafah. This day, in all of the Hajj and all of people who are performing Hajj, stay on the Mount of Arafah, seeking forgiveness for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do nothing. All of people who are making Hajj, millions of people are staying on the mountain of Arafah, just seeking Allah's forgiveness and ask Allah and remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah witnessed His angel and telling them that, oh, ya malaikati, oh my angels, look at my servants, look at my slaves. Those who came from a dusty journey because it's a hard journey, they come here to seeking my forgiveness. All my angels, I witness you that I forgive all of them. That's why we call it its witnessing day. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called shahidin wa mashhud. So the mashhud is a day of judgment, is a day of Arafah, and shahid is a Friday. Okay, Dr. Rahma?
Okay.
Next time, inshallah, you will revise Surah Al-Buj and you will memorize Surah Al-Muttffeen. جزاكم الله خيرا. جعلكم الله من الحافظين آمين. ونفع بكم الإسلام والمسلمين يا رحمة. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum assalam.
All your sister, your Dr. Rahma.
Okay.
Course prices are discounted. Our goal is for others to learn. Don't worry.
Rihlat Al-Quran Academy is a journey that takes Muslims all over the world to learn Arabic, recite the Holy Quran, and understand Islam.